Alright, welcome to episode 4. This is going to be our first battle with our new squad, and also introduce the quote-unquote villain of this series, who is the main reason I created it. Well, that I set the restrictions the way I did.
I'll cut to the chase. Here's your mission. The Great Vassal Bridge was just taken by the Empire. It's a key strategic position.
The Great Vassal Bridge?
It's a major drawbridge crossing the canal in Vassal, just outside the capital.
Yeah, you probably crossed it on the way into the capital, Welkin.
That bridge is a part of the Central Transit Artery, leading into Randgrease. Our mission is to take it back. The Empire has been running a blitz, with their shock troops outrunning their defense. Our 3rd Regiment will retake the bridge before defensive reinforcements can arrive.
How quaint! The militia holding a little strategy meeting of its own.
And here he is, General Damon. And the guy who basically, he is the inspiration for my scavenge run.
How long were you planning on hiding out in here, Verrot?
An arrogant military elitist who basically tries to sacrifice the militia so that his military faction can get more glory. He's a glory hound and a tactical idiot. And also gave the Empire every reason it ever wanted to commit war crimes inside Gallia. Yeah, pretty much everything that's happened is probably considered his fault. Well, indirectly. The Prince is still at fault, but yeah, it's pretty much his fault.
My apologies, sir. We'll depart soon.
Whatever. They're just country mice.
Considering one of them is the son of the general who literally saved the country and is also probably nobility, your attitude is not only insulting, but also, quite frankly, really dumb and makes no sense with how Gallia is supposed to be run. So, yeah, you're an idiot.
It's not like there'll be much help.
Son of the general who saved Gallia. Also, most of them are more skilled than your stupid soldiers. I'll let Verrot cover that action.
More help, perhaps, than your army unit that couldn't hold the bridge in the first place.
Hey!
Yep, Verrot definitely knows how to talk to that guy.
Regardless, Vassal remains a critical position. We'll reclaim it immediately.
With a competent commander.
Well, all good. See that you do.
Unlike you, who's a failure.
Who was that?
General Damon, commander of the Central Forces.
Central Forces? That's the army branch the militia was folded into, right?
Because you're pretty much all that's left. The North and Southern forces have either A, already surrendered, or B, aren't even really involved in the conflict.
That's right. They say the general's an aristocrat. He looks down on the common militia.
More like an idiot.
That doesn't make any sense.
For once, Wilkin, I agree. I still don't particularly like you, but I do agree with your sentiment there.
Right. Now that the war's begun, we all need to band together and fight to keep Gallia safe.
Also, there's the whole concept of universal conscription, which is pretty much the entire concept of this. The general should know that.
Who cares at this point whether you're in the army or the militia? It's ridiculous.
Gentlemen, let's return to the mission. We'll begin by taking back the Western Bank to gain a foothold for reclaiming the bridge. Lieutenant Gunther. I'm assigning Squad 7 to this mission. It's your first maneuver, so be smart.
Yes, Captain.
The other squads are on patrol. Stay sharp and be ready to help take back the bridge. I'm counting on all of you out there. Now move out.
Alright, now, just for a fraction of a second, before we actually start this mission, let's go look at the skirmishes. Now, as previously stated, these are completely non-canon missions, and as stated, this is the outskirts of Brule, which we are nowhere near. Thus, despite the fact that this is the first skirmish we get, it actually is in an area that, story-wise, we can't even reach. There are also two settings, easy and normal. Easy is basically the dumb setting.
Here is a brief on the task at hand.
Yeah, see, that's way out of our current combat area. Now, this is basically where we get the chance to pick our team, go through and, I guess you could say, get an introduction to how to play the game. Oops, did not mean to do that. Now I gotta go all the way back up there and get Alicia again, back into position. Alright, oh, so, yeah, I'll bring Wavy. And... let's bring Aisha. And Jan, just for the sake of argument. There's no tanks here, so it's kind of a pointless thing to bring rocket troopers.
Now, let's begin the operation. I'm confident victory is within reach.
Especially since those rocket troopers will be getting no action whatsoever.
Let's drive these Imperials back out of Gallia! Squad 7, move out!
Usually what I like to do
The hunt begins.
is give our snipers some action here. Since a lot of these guys are kind of exposed.
Sweet dreams.
I'm impressed, but not surprised. My leg! They got my...
Now, as you can see, the sniper only has
Understood.
3 bullets available. Which means they only get to fire 3 shots before basically...
Nothing personal. Sweet dreams.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
Too close.
Understood. Distracting.
Ah, yes, that's one of the negatives. Basically, she's going to continuously take, well, damage as she...
Nothing personal. Sweet dreams.
that guy
Man
twitched.
down. Everybody be careful.
Now, what you want is that little status thing to pop up on the screen.
Don't
Because that
flinch,
means she'll
soldiers!
get fully
Break on through!
reloaded and healed at the end of the turn. However, if done right,
Let's do this thing.
you won't even need 2 turns for this.
Ain't no stopping me.
I'll mop the floor with
Here I
you.
come! Mwah.
Good work. Keep it up.
Moving out!
Alright, now that the fun stuff's over with, let's just do what needs doing.
Try to time your shots carefully. Good. That makes things a bit easier. Moving out! Now!
Try not to blow yourself up, Alicia. Good job. You didn't blow yourself up.
Who are these guys?
Now, one of two things can happen here. Number one is I can take Wavy down here, kill this guy, then use my last CP to kill this guy. Or I could take Aisha down there to do it. Or I could run Rosie over here and try and do it.
I'm on
But
my
I
way.
think I'm going to use Wavy, since he's more likely to actually reach the point
Please avoid any...
where he can do something.
Prepare yourself.
Target silenced. Head for the...
This is one of the reasons why I say scouts are probably the best unit in the game.
I do hope this won't sting.
Because they can pretty much single-handedly win battles.
Moving out!
Who are these?
And that's it. That's a win.
Operation complete. We took their base.
Yeah, that's what a one-turn win looks like. Now, if we switch it over to normal, things get a little more difficult.
Here is a brief on the task at hand.
Basically, the higher the difficulty, the more difficult it is to actually win the battle because the enemies deal more damage and have more health. But overall, you can basically do the exact same thing.
Now, let's begin the operation. I'm confident victory is within reach.
Let's drive these Imperials back out of Gallia! Squad 7, move out!
Understood. It's easier alone.
Yeah, see, now they're shooting from way, way sooner.
Sweet dreams.
Nice work.
That made
Keep
it-
taking them down.
Understood.
Sweet dreams. Understood.
Darn, can't hit the guy I want to hit, so I'm going to have to go for him anyway.
Good night.
And that's what happens when you miss. Yeah, unless you're doing headshots, snipers do practically nothing.
I'm on it. Ain't no stopping me! Here I come! Mwah.
Man down. Everybody be careful.
I've got two options.
Watch me dance!
Frisia, looks like you're up.
Continue fight.
Shall we dance?
Target silenced. Head for the next one.
Alright, now, we've got a shock trooper there. So we've got a couple of options available. Rosie can do her thing, charge up there, shoot the shock trooper. Then she's out of grenades, and the shock trooper's not in cover.
Let's do this thing.
So, that's what I'm gonna do. And this is why Room is a much better machine gun than, well, pretty much all the other ones you're gonna get.
Mwah.
Range advantage. Most shock troopers could only hit enemies basically this far apart. With Room, I could actually hit this guy down here, but I don't actually need to.
My turn, okay?
I'll mop the floor with you.
Please hit!
Nice work. Keep taking them down.
Now, the question is, do I want to kill the rocket trooper, which means this mission will take 2 turns, or do I want to bum rush the flag and leave him alive? For the sake of the ranking,
Please hit!
you
Man
generally want to
down,
go for the
everybody.
flag. Generally want to go for the flag every single time.
Operation complete. We took their base.
That also adds probably around 300 extra XP and a couple hundred extra resources to use. None of which we will be using. Well, we will be using stuff. Now that you've seen how the squad works, it's time for Vassal. Or the West Bank, anyway.
Here are details on the current operation.
Basically what I'm going to say is, when I do those skirmishes like that, those skirmishes are basically just us trying to get to the location where the battle is supposed to take place. Because you saw how many Imperials were crossing that bridge. You cannot tell me that the way up there was completely without encountering a single Imperial soldier. Yep, all this is basically just telling you the same thing. Alright, this position is both the best and worst position. So we're going to stick Frisia, or actually no, Nancy. Who do I want? Alex, Vice, Eddie, or Aisha, or Jane? The thing is, I really don't need a shock trooper for here, even though they're recommended. Nah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add Nadine there. Alright, now down here, here's where things get interesting. We've got 2 slots already full. Alicia and Rosie are already down here. So, you can either choose to put another scout down here, another shock trooper. The Lancer, completely irrelevant down here, and a sniper is a terrible idea. So, generally I'd recommend either a scout or an engineer. You really don't need either one. So, Frieza gets the job.
We're prepared to commence the operation. I look forward to good news from you.
Split into 2 teams, offensive and defensive. Squad 7, move out! All right, it's our first mission. Let's split into 2 teams. City, I'll lead the Riverside team towards the enemy encampment with the Edelweiss.
Yep.
Shock trooper here. Leave the offense to me.
Yeah, you're pretty offensive.
City team, your job is to guard the base. Be ready for anything, including tanks.
How long you think I've been an anti-tank man? Couple of tanks ain't no sweat.
That's a spirit, Largo. Now, let's move out!
Listen closely. This information could save your life.
No, it really couldn't. Yep. Everything I just told you at the other thing. Yep. I had a theory about that. My theory is that these camps basically contain the enemy's radio equipment, which is why reinforcements can only be called for at the camps. Hence the reason why camps are so absolutely undeniably important. Without them, basically all these soldiers who only have radios to contact each other can't communicate. So taking your enemy's camps cuts off all communication between all the various soldiers, and allows you to call in reinforcements using the newly acquired radio equipment. At least that's the theory I'm going with.
Entering combat! Gotta love nature.
Not really. I am under no obligation to do so.
Gotta love nature.
Here we go. Follow me.
Hostile sighted!
Poor guy. Can I hit over there? Yeah, I can.
Now!
Ty the Immortal. That is an ace. I need to go kill him. So I have 2 choices. I can try and run Frisia past all these guys, but he's a shock trooper. That means he'll probably kill her. So I'm
Let's
gonna
do
do
this
something
thing.
stupid.
Ain't no stopping me!
Welcome to Terrain Actions. there's a couple of them you can do. They're basically the same thing as sandbags. This is also, remember the ambush thing? Yeah, this is how you learn how to ambush. Aces have one advantage. They duck real easy, so there's a 90% possibility that he's just going to duck right here. But thank God he didn't. Alright, all relevance to this side is now gone. I have no reason to care about this guy or any of the stuff
The
going on
hunt
over there now. This shock trooper needs to go.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Who are these guys?
Target sighted.
That scout's got to go.
Understood.
As does the shocking trooper on the roof.
Good night.
We have literally been killing leaders for the last 3 missions. And they're just now explaining what a leader unit is. They should have done that on that first mission where they were talking about the sergeant that we have to go kill who was leading the forces into the village. But now that we have a squad and multiple command units, they want to do it now. Their order of operations is kind of bad.
Watch the rooftops for enemy snipers. Do all you can to minimize casualties.
I gotta take that guy out.
Understood.
Getting a good shot on him is kind of hard because there's a lamppost in the way. I really don't want to hit that lamppost. Thank you, Maria. Or
Sweet
Marina.
dreams.
He is the best sniper in the game. Alright, now comes the fun part. I've somehow got to get Largo up to here.
Just watch this.
He's going to take all my turns to do.
How's it going up there, Wes?
Alright, let's try something stupid. There's no way I'm hitting this tank. Okay, you see that giant circle that happens whenever you aim?
Been waiting here. Spotted an enemy!
Come on, go over.
Our defenses spin anywhere.
Alright. Now, we want to kill this guy. Basically, the giant orange circle with the dotted lines, that's your, I guess you'd call it, mischance. Every unit has one, some are smaller than others, but whenever you fire, you can go anywhere in that circle.
All right!
Just keep up.
And now Largo's basically just going to sit there for probably the rest of the game.
Just, leave it to me.
Hey Nancy, go murder somebody.
Here I go! Yippee!
I'm impressed, but not surprised.
And now you can sit there.
Here I go!
the dodge animation, by the way. Yes, orders. Probably the single most overpowered thing you can do in the game. Because they basically can essentially allow a scout to kill tanks from the front. Alright, I've essentially completed the one objective I really wanted to complete, which was to kill the guy over here. So all the rest of this is
no matter the cost.
Irrelevant.
Please hit.
He really pulled out the work there. Not expecting her to succeed.
Looks like there's something in that building's shop.
Okay, are you in cover? I think you're in cover.
The hunt begins.
Yeah, you two are in cover. But you're not.
Nothing personal.
Darn it.
Understood.
You are annoying.
Good night. Sweet dreams.
Man down, everybody be careful.
The hunt begins.
Now, basically, I just want to kill this guy because I want him out of their base.
Nothing personal. Sweet dreams.
Man.
That is so fancy here.
Leave it to me. Enemy spotted. Please hit, okay?
And apparently stand there and die. Okay, that was a very bad idea.
Just watch this.
Okay, I'm about to do something really stupid. I don't even think you can hit him from there.
No! Not yet.
Yep, that was really dumb.
No matter the cost.
The emphasis on the really dumb there.
Capture the Imperial camp as quickly as possible.
They're my friends.
Man down, everybody be careful.
Oh yeah. I set myself up for failure there.
Understood.
Alright.
Nothing personal.
Face this way, please. Okay, there's this thing about sight lines.
I'm kind of really hurt. Miss Medic! You've got to stay strong. Keep fighting. What should I do?
Namely, as of now, that guy no longer knows I exist.
Anywhere.
Which means I can capture this base while a heavily armed soldier is literally sitting right over there who could easily kill me. Along with that tank and the other soldier. This is because technically right now she's out of their sight line. Because the tank can't see behind it, the engineer can't see behind him, and that guy can only see in like a 45-degree cone in front of him. And that person right there is a scout. They have the largest view range, but he can't see me either right now because I am way outside of his sight range.
Operation complete. We took their base.
At higher levels, you can basically complete this mission in one turn. It's that easy. Here's the thing they don't tell you. You are expected to complete this in one turn in order to gain an A rank. Yeah, you're expected to beat this entire mission in one turn. You probably... on your first level, it is very, very unlikely you will ever be able to beat this mission on your first turn. But once you get all the best gear and a lot of experience with your soldiers, one-turning this mission and killing everyone on the map will be stupidly easy. And there's what I wanted from that ace that I killed. The ZM MP1 machine gun. So, let's finish out this chapter with Ellet, War Correspondent.
Looks completely different.
We should just leave. If we go over there, then we...
Hey there! You guys aren't with Squad 7 by any chance, are ya?
Yes, that's us.
Bingo! I've been looking for you. Meaning you, hot stuff, on the tank.
Me?
Excuse me,
That must make you Lieutenant Gunther, am I right?
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
Oopsie daisy.
What? Hey, you can't...
Oh, nice to meet you too. Now, let's get right to the questions. So, you're the son of the great General Gunther, huh? You look awfully young. How old are you anyway? Must be your first war, huh? What's been the hardest experience so far? Wait, happiest. Funniest. I'd also like to know hobbies, favorite foods, what you do on your days off.
Hey, lady! This is a combat zone. Excuse me, but what are you doing here anyway?
Hey, give me a break, will ya? Scoops are near danger, and I'm near scoops. That's right. The name's Ellet. I'm GBS Radio's top woman reporter. I smell a story, a good story, and you guys are it.
So, you're a reporter?
Very good, I'm a reporter, yes. I've been assigned to Squad 7 to conduct a series of interviews, thank you. Now, let's get back to those questions, shall we?
Yep. Basically, she's the Lois Lane of this particular story arc, and also the person who wrote the book that we are currently playing through. That's explained a little bit later, but yeah, she is the author of this book, and these pictures that we're seeing are the ones she acquired over the course of her career, or as a ally or reporter for Squad 7. So you could say this is a, biography? What's the word for a book written about a group that goes through... Autobiography? No. Well, I don't remember what it's called. I'll remember after I've already turned off the game.
Ugh. Now he's giving interviews? Who does he think he is?
The person you were just really excited to go out there and fight for like 20 minutes ago, Rosie.
Ooh, look at him. Son of some big hero. Please. He's still a schoolboy.
You're not that old either, Rosie.
No kidding.
You are, though, Largo. You have justification in saying that. And what is with that beard cut? Why is the center of that... Largo doesn't actually have a beard. He just has really, really long sideburns. That is so weird.
One little win and he's the new Grand Duke. I hate kids.
He's not even trying. He's literally being accosted by that reporter.
Whatever. He'll learn soon enough.
Yeah. Why are Largo's eyebrows pure black, but his hair is brown? Shouldn't his eyebrows be brown, too?
Only one thing matters out there in the field, and that's experience.
And skill. And tactics. And you all didn't die in that battle, so that should at least say something.
Chapter 4. Operation Cloudburst.
Yay, more tutorial stuff. And to think there's still 3 more tabs that have to be opened. Yes. For crying out loud. Alright. Now, there's something kind of important we want to do at headquarters. One is Castlefront Street. This is a new button that's been unlocked here.
Hey, Lieutenant! Off duty today?
Technically no, but also yes.
Your timing's perfect. There's something I want to show you. Won't take but a minute. Come on. Ta-da! It's the writing on the wall. Written and published by yours truly. Why do this when I already have a radio news gig, you say? Sure, I could leave it up to the print news guys, but they're all lapdogs. The government censors everything. And not just a little cut here and there. In some cases, they'll bend the harsh truth into candy-sweet propaganda.
Just like every government.
I'm so sick of it. I want to give my readers the truth. That includes the bad stuff, too.
Yes, because everyone wants to know when the Imperial Army is going to finish their invasion and slaughter everyone.
So, this is my brilliant plan. The writing on the wall. Some things are only possible in out-of-the-way spots like this, out of sight from those government goons.
You do realize you are literally explaining this to a military lieutenant. Even if he's from the militia, he is one of the government goons. More than likely, he's the guy who would have to erase all this stuff. This is illogical.
I'll keep this space filled with up-to-date, absolutely factual info. No censorship.
Also known as propaganda. Because not only will you be potentially helping the enemy by presenting information that, quite frankly, would be better left in the dust, but you could also sow discord in your own country, which could lead to loss of support for the war and your people turning against you. So, yeah, sometimes censorship's a good thing.
And your exploits will feature heavily, I'm sure. So yeah, come by and have a read sometime.
Now, you buy these with your DCT, which is your duct. It's your galleon currency. In an interview given on the 8th, the spokesman for the Central Galleon Armed Forces suggested a massive anti-imperial counterstrike brewing. Should this come to pass, all eyes will be on how a force that has thus far specialized in retreat can stem the Imperial incursion that claimed most of Gallia by last month's end, and now stands before the gates of Rangrids. Technically, it does and doesn't in the same sentence. It seems the militia will join the army proper on this bid to free the capital from a siege, a fear that has persisted for weeks now. Some suggest that this move was due to the army's desire to conserve its own manpower for combat within the city's walls, a very real possibility should this plan fail. That really doesn't come across as something people really would want to know. And it kind of paints the army in a bad light, especially when you really, really need people to join the fight. The Empire-owned and run Taurus news outlet reported on the 6th that Imperial forces have claimed the coastal Federation city of Valua. If true, the Empire would now hold a supply route for Ragnite transit, greatly influencing their standing in northern Europa. Unlike the northern provinces, Europa's south lacks for Ragnite, meaning that supplies must be shipped in from elsewhere to sustain the Empire's offensive. The Empire's hold on Europa's southern coast means expansion of the conflict to all areas of the continent is more likely now than ever before. The Federation has yet to issue a statement regarding the Empire's alleged seizure of Valua at this time.
And while you're here, I want to put a book out someday, right? To put the truth in the hands of the people.
Yeah, truth.
But I'm just a radio news grunt, you know? I'll be paying for everything out of my own pocket.
Of course you will.
So, I figured I'd ask you. Think you could find it in your wallet's heart to help a girl get started? I'd make it worth your while. You guys could feature in the book I write.
Yeah.
I still haven't decided what all I want to put in it, but I promise it'll be all about you.
Mm-hmm. Yep, sure will.
See this fat stack of notes? I've got a ton of material already.
Yep.
So how about it? Call it an investment in the future rising star of authordom. Please.
And here's the special purchasable ones, which is, like I said, where you'll have to actually spend your money. These are special chapters in the book that cover a variety of topics and unlock certain special missions that will help characters later on in the game. This one doesn't help anybody.
Thanks a million. I plan on putting out new editions periodically, so drop by to check it out often. Especially after you've made some headlines on the battlefield. That's the perfect time to strike.
In other words, you don't have to check it every time you complete a mission, because there'll probably be like a 2 or 3 mission gap between updates. And one of them you can't even get until after you beat the game completely. Only then will it unlock. Mostly because it reveals a big secret that shouldn't be revealed that early in the game.
I'm counting on you out there, Welkin. You need to keep me supplied with exciting material.
And try not to die. Now, I have 9,000 EXP, and this should be where we meet the old officer.
Paying your respects? Sorry. I suppose that was a foolish question.
Actually, no, sir. I'm not here visiting anyone in particular.
Yeah, except Largo, who died in the last mission. He really didn't, because he didn't get captured by the enemy, and also, since he's a main character in the book, they actually cannot remove him from the game, so he's one of the 3 immortals.
Oh. Then might I ask what brings you to a place like this?
Technically 4 immortals, because you just straight up lose if Welkin dies.
I find it sobering, standing here in front of all those who died in the last war.
Yeah, because your father's certainly not buried here. Where is his father buried? I assume it's in Brule. But shouldn't there be like a tomb or memorial or something to him? He was the guy who won the war. Shouldn't there be like a statue of him in the capital somewhere?
That and seeing this much death reminds me that humans are just another part of nature.
Yeah, it's called fertilizer.
Don't suppose I've ever heard that before. Judging from your clothes, you're militia.
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther. I'm in charge of Squad 7, Regiment 3.
Gunther. I see. Squad leader, Very impressive for a young man.
Not at all, sir. I'm still woefully inexperienced. One wrong order from me and my squad could wind up here. It's a huge responsibility.
You respect the weight of their lives. Here, let me teach you a special order.
Honestly, I really don't understand why this is a thing, but, you know, it's necessary for completing the game. Some of the best orders are hidden inside here, and also one of the worst.
An order, sir? I'm sorry, who did you say you were?
You didn't.
Just a leftover from the last war. I'm afraid my orders require some experience, though. I can't in good faith teach them to those who lack the maturity to use them properly.
In other words, you're basically restricting what we're going to find out is a fairly useful and important order because you feel that someone might use it immaturely. Thanks a lot.
Now, let's see. I'll teach you retreat today.
Yeah, retreat. That's a very good order to know, especially when you're in a losing war and you may need to order your forces to withdraw. But apparently they don't teach Gallian militia soldiers to retreat. That also tells you a thing or two about the general who's leading them. Damon's kind of an insert curse word here.
Use it to command an injured unit to pull out of combat. Well, what is your decision?
See, this is why I wanted to save up that skirmish XP, because all of these orders cost experience to gain. And some of them, like this one, are actually fairly useful. Especially if you get a little too overambitious with, like I did with Nancy. This would have come in handy as a way to quickly get her out of the situation I'd accidentally put her in. Especially if I didn't have Marina there to distract the shock trooper. Same deal with Largo. I overextended myself and made mistakes. Those mistakes cost Largo essentially his life. He didn't die, but he would have been seriously injured.
Very good. I hope my orders can assist you in saving the nation. I hope we'll meet again. Should you wish, you can likely find me here.
Yeah, come to think of it, Largo actually had a point when he was talking about, Welkin. Of course, for all intents and purposes, one could almost say that he did that himself, since, for all intents and purposes, Welkin can order him to do something, but once you're on the field, you basically have the disposal to do it however you see fit. It's not like Welkin was anywhere nearby to actually set a, hey, go charge the enemy lines. So, one could say that Largo getting himself killed was probably both his own and my own fault.
Welcome to your worst nightmare, maggots! Train all you want! I've got all day!
Now, since I did use the shock troopers, and the sniper, and the lancer, and the engineer in that last battle, all of them get some XP. Since I actually did get to use them all.
I got no use for tears! Sweat! 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 Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human! Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Lancers! Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Snipers!
Now, personally, I think one of the major contributors to that battle was the Snipers, since Marina did all the hard work of killing all those guys to clear the way.
Bite the bullet! No pain, no gain! Good work, maggots! You're one level closer to human! Come back anytime you're ready to sweat!
Now, I want to see if any of the characters I really want are in the command room right now.
Hello, Welkin. Here to fine-tune your squad? Oh, and there have been some new recruits. You should take a look at the master list.
Alright, we've got Noble, Ted, Motley, Kobe, so that's Milton, Mika, Dorothy, Nina, Nils, Field, Walter. Herbert, Ramsey, Cersei. We do need another sniper.
Thanks for everything, Welkin. Just give me a call if you need me.
Alright.
My name is Cesare Regard, and I'll handle things my own way, thank you.
Come back anytime you need to change your lineup, Lieutenant.
Alright. Let's see, who do I want to give the machine gun to? Let's give it to Jan for now. I mean, it only does 11 more damage, and its range is absolutely terrible. But 11 damage is 11 damage.
Welkin, bro! I'm stoked you're here, man. What can I do you for?
Alright, that goes up to 22. Not gonna use it. Not gonna use that either. Or that. Or that. Darn, still no grenade upgrade. Uniforms, best that I can get. Best that I can get, so... nothing in the upgrades right now. Oh, good, finally.
All set for you, bro. It's done. Whew, it's done. Here you go.
Now, as stated, since all of these upgrades are to the actual tank itself, and aren't equipment, like this stuff, spare belts, radiator upgrades, sight upgrades, all those are things that basically can be captured. It's just, most of them aren't particularly good when captured. Well, they're the best of their
Come back again soon,
types.
bro. I mean it, man.
No, I don't think I'm coming back there very often. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm going to be coming back there every time I complete a mission, because new upgrades are going to unlock. And as you may have noticed, getting shot hurts. And the further in the game you get, it's going to hurt a lot more. So the body armor is very important. Basically, the excuse I'm using to upgrade their armor is each of the groups is basically taking whatever they can to boost their respective armor rating, sewing on an extra plate here, some extra gear there, and taking leftover uniforms that the Army's throwing out and recycling them for spare equipment. Again, scavenger run. Alright, now in order to get the scoop, this is where that little blue tag at the other side there basically says you have to go back a chapter.
Report. Ellet embedded.
Alright, I'm going to end this here because this can take a while and the next chapter also is going to take a little while.